Did you know that God's love for you is greater than any of the three great world religions' love for you? God loves you much, much more than any of the three great religions. These three great religions, Islam, Judaism, Christianity, these three great religions that descended from Father Abraham, they all have their own way of expressing God. They all have their own names for God. Hebrew, we hear of Yahweh, Elohim, Elohi, El Shaddai. In Islam, we hear of Allah, Ar-Rahim, Al-Malik, Ar-Salam. And Christianity knows God, as Theos, Kyrios, Pater. The three great world religions that share so much in common have their own ways of expressing God. But when the three great world religions confuse the sovereignty of God for the sovereignty of religion, they begin to worship themselves over God. And this is not a good thing. It is not a good thing at all. It becomes very confusing, not only for themselves, but for the world. And this is why many young people today in particular, they say that they love God and they say that they worship God, but they do not say that they are in particular religious. They do not have an affiliation with any one of the three great world religions. They do love God and they do pray in private, but they do not gather as a community with any one of the three great religions. Of course, I'm not speaking for all young people, but I'm saying that this is becoming a young trend. I'm saying that many young people today, they're turning away from the three great world religions. They're not turning away from God, but they are not seeing the need to worship as a community, as these three great world religions do worship as a community. So how does religion worship God? And how does religion begin to attract the masses as they did for so many years? Religion worships God when it becomes a living example of God for the world, when God becomes the expression of religion and not money, power, violence, war, bloodshed, like we are experiencing and witnessing in the Holy Land as I speak right now. The younger generation are seeing all of these images on social media, on the television. And these issues in the Middle East, in the Holy Land, are very much religious issues. And people are beginning, not only now, but for quite some time, they are beginning to turn their backs on religion and seeing religion as a waste of time. God becomes religious expression when religion gets back to the basics and focuses on everlasting life, on Jannah, on Shamaim. When religion focuses on God and not religious expansion, God becomes the focus of religion. Now, the three great Abrahamic religions, the three great religions that all descended from Father Abraham, they must get back to the basics. If they do not get back to the basics, it could be possible that in 100 years' time, one or all three of these three great religions are no more, or maybe they are not as they are today, and if we were to time travel, we would not recognize them at all. It is with these words that we can say God loves each and every one of us more than any of these world religions. Religions would tell us what we must do, what we must wear, whom we must be, what hoops we must jump through to gain everlasting life. But God will always love us more than any world religion will love us. And so, when world religion gets back to the basics and begins to worship God as God worships us and loves us, then world religion shall be back on the right track once more.